Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maximo and I'm here checking out Golf Story. This is a golfing game crossed with an RPG, and it is actually pretty heavy on that RPG part. I was quite looking forward to this one myself because I'm a big fan of the Mario games on Game Boy Advance, specifically Mario Golf and Mario Tennis, because they were the same sort of concept. You turned a tennis game into an RPG with leveling up, stats, and a story behind it. Not that much to see in the settings here, just music, sound, and vibration, nothing too out of the ordinary. And you can also quick play on any of the courses you've unlocked. I believe there's like more than, I think there's like 6. I don't know the exact number, but you can play this with 2 people, couple of rules, couple of different rules that you can change here. But I mean, other than that, it's pretty basic stuff. The majority of the game will be in the story mode. I am 3 hours in, roughly. I did leave this game, like, idle and just turned on a bit while I was working on some other stuff in the background, but 3 hours is still pretty accurate. I wasn't just leaving it on for 20 minutes for no reason. So, 3 hours is close enough. So this is the world map, really basic. All the stuff you do is inside all the courses. There's a bunch of different courses. You can see the very edges of one over there. This one down here, Lurker Valley, is a course. There's a snow course down here that I can't get into. And there's the third course over here. This is the first course. It's a very basic one. But the third course over here I only just unlocked. So, we can actually go have a look. Let's go do that. Oh, this is actually a disc golf course. That's neat. It's one of the game's mini games. They have a few of these. Some of them are neat, some of them are a little annoying, but, well, while we're here, we might as well have a look. Because we're not going to get to the proper golf for a little bit, trust me. This game's pretty big. And you get to see an example of the dialogue here. The way they just present the dialogue in this game, let alone the actual dialogue itself, which is still pretty good. But the way they present it, with the way that the speech bubbles have some really nice font, and they tend to tilt, and as you just saw there, it backspaced the entire phrase. It's pretty neat. Just as a presentation, it feels like it has a lot of heart put into it. I believe no, we don't want to do that just yet. So we can actually talk to this guy. And here is one of the game's mini-games. Pass through all the gates, you say. Alright. Let's go remember what the throw button is. There it is. So this is disc golf. Pretty simple, like most of the mini games in this. Oh dear. It's alright. I get another shot at it, because this game is actually very nice about the way it handles its, whoops. This game is very nice about the way it handles its challenges. You can try as many times as you like. Some you will fail at. But that's okay, because you can literally just start again. I failed that throw miserably. But yeah, damn it. I'm trying to throw it at full power, come on. And I just threw it behind me, fantastic. But yeah, I get to do the challenge again, so let's do it again. Disc golf is pretty simple in this game. Most of this game is actually really simple, which is perfectly fine, because the game does tend to... Whoops, I was facing entirely the wrong direction there. Most of this game is pretty simple stuff. It's mainly just really simple challenges and just nothing particularly over the top, which is nice. So we finished the challenge, we get money and we get experience, and I actually get to level up off that, which is nice. When you level up, you get to spend your points the same way you normally would, but there's also some neat little things going on here. So you can see that I've got 4 stats down here along with power, and the way this game works is the more points you put into your stats down here, the better they'll get, obviously, but the higher your power gets, the more points you'll need in order to improve on those particular stats without getting, I was going to say demerits. But you can also reduce the amount of power you have and get the point back, so that if you want to, say, increase something else, you can do that. And it actually works pretty damn well as a system, because it encourages you to play around with your stats a little bit, figure out the way your game works. But anyway, we've seen enough of the disc golf, so let's go and hop on the actual course now, shall we? The actual course should be over here, I imagine. Yep, here we go. This is Cheeky Big Peak. And you get to see a big overview of what some of the course looks like. The actual courses take place in a completely separate area, but you get to see these little overworld areas that you get to wander around as well. And there's a bunch of stuff you can do in these that is quite encouraging. So you can go and talk to people, and they will actually give you things like side quests, which is nice. Go get his chip with their 5-iron. Okay. Okay, so it's given me a side quest now, which is nice. So, the way the side quests in this game work are about the same as that disc golf game you saw. They just ask you to do specific things, and well, there you go. Whoops. That was a bit too much. My wind is working against me quite horribly. But yeah, this is the basic golf stuff. I won't go over it too in-depth here just to keep the explanations and stuff running along, but it is very simple, very easy to control, and I do quite like it. Very easy to control whether you're on the Joy-Cons or on the... whether you're on the Joy-Cons or on the Pro Controller, which is what I'm using right now. Both work. Absolutely fine. Alright, let's hit that sucker in, shall we? Nope, need one more, but I've got 2 more hits. I can do this. Pretty simple. There we go. Yep, it'll let me take the last hit because it's pretty good about doing that. Very basic side quest stuff. You get all sorts of weird little challenges like this, like even ones the game doesn't tell you about. There are some weird things that can happen. Like if you're on the driving range on the first course, you can hit the washing machines for XP bonuses. There's just little things like that that are peppered all over the world as little things. And it's also improved by a certain thing. So for example, if I press the Y button here, I can actually tee off anywhere I want. And this is actually very useful for doing things like hitting objects, because there are some things that you can hit that will... There are some things that you can hit, which is nice. Let's see what the groundskeeper has to say, because we're going with him because this is part of the plot. The plot is a little bit ridiculous. Alright, so it's given me part of the main quest, which is to go and book a 9-hole course, but we'll go have a little bit more of a look around first. What do you have to say? It's another side quest, isn't it? Yep, the wind is strong. Right, so they're just making me hit a particular place again. Not the worst thing in the world, let's give it a shot. Bends back to the right. And I just barely missed the island. Damn. Alright. Oh, that's some strong backwind. Alright, let's put it out there and try and hit it with as much as possible. So the majority of the overworld stuff is just you going around, exploring, and trying to find all these weird little side quests to do. The money you get is spent on things like equipment. I don't have much in the way of equipment right now. Oh, I completely misjudged the wind there. I probably should have looked at the wind counter first. You spend money on equipment and items, and both of these can be used for particular things, obviously. Like, you'll get better sets of clubs, they'll let you hit better. I'm just gonna... Can I actually... No, I can't. I don't think I can get out of this, can I? Oh, there's your controls, if you're curious. Alright, we'll finish this off, and then we'll go book a 9-hole game. Yeah, nah, the wind was working against me there. 40 yards to the right, bloody hell. Yep, that is a really strong curve on that. I think my controller just made a sound. That was off-putting, alright. I'm definitely not going to get this in the next 2 hits, but it's worth a try. Yep, still a bit far, even with a little bit of wind correction. That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to hit this one either, because the wind is going off to the right, and goodbye. That was definitely my controller there. Looks like the HD Rumble makes some weird noises. But anyway, let's go and book a 9-hole game. Not waste too much more time. There are side quests and little things you can do all over the bloody place, which is great, because there's some equipment, by the way, so I'm gonna take the precision irons, because they give me more power. There's little things like that hidden all over the place, which is great. Looks like I don't actually get my round of golf. This is kind of a problem. Not really, but it is a little bit of an issue. They give you a lot of side quests and stuff to do between actually playing rounds of golf. So if you actually like the golf, you don't get that much to do with it. So might as well go check out the menu here just while we're here. We can look at our gear and you can change what you're using at the moment, which is absolutely fine. You do have your standalone items as well, so I've only got 3 things, like the disc golf and the throwing bracelet and the ball retriever, which gives you infinite balls, which you just start out with, no problems there. Your stats, as we saw earlier, and also your story-related items, which is nice. And you can even see what your best scores are like on the course, which is pretty neat. But anyway, we've been given a side quest to go help people, so... Oh god, I'm gonna have to memorize all the bloody things, aren't I? Those are the red birds. Which ones are the blue birds? Oh, there it is. And I'm guessing I have to make my way back, and yeah, red birds. I know where the red birds are, thankfully. Green birds. Yeah, probably not up here. The timed running around challenges aren't actually that hard. Alright, so I'm gonna not waste any more time with side quests. We're gonna go play a game of actual golf, and I'll go over the actual golf part of things. So I just need to find my way out of this area, which shouldn't be too hard, but, well, this is me we're talking about. Right, so we're gonna go play in Lurker Valley, because Lurker Valley is the most interesting golf course I've got right now. And there's another overworld here as well, with tons of little things to go around, people to talk to, side quests to do, and I've already cleared it out, so there's no bloody point in actually exploring any of it, which is a little bit of a shame. It'd be nice to have a reason to come back. But anyway, let's go play an actual 9-hole course. Nothing particularly hard to understand about it, it's just pretty basic golf. So, let's actually go over what this really is. You know, it's golf, obviously, but let's go over what we've got. We've got the ability to swap clubs. We have the ability to shorten our shots if we need to for approach shots. We can apply some top spin or underspin. We can change the point of impact on the ball. We can see our slope and our wind, because it's actually a 2D game, but it actually does pretty good emulation of slopes. So yep, I just sent the ball nice and high, which is what I wanted to do. The actual way of taking your shot is the basic 3 presses. So you press 1 to start your shot, you press again to set your power, and you press again to set your off-centerness. Slight handling. I don't remember exactly what the term for it is called, but you get the general idea. You do have a couple of other things to work with as well. If you press the Y button, you can enter precision mode. And precision mode lets you narrow back your shot power so that... Whoops. It lets you narrow back your shot power so you can see where on the meter you're going to need to hit in order to get the ball to go exactly there. Not counting in wind and stuff, of course. And there we go. It is a very simple golfing system. It has everything that you would expect, which is, you know, very good. But, yeah, it is very simple. It makes up for some of this via weird gimmicks. Like, you saw that weird rotating blue ring out there in the water, for example. That will be coming into play in a couple of holes. So we will be onto that shortly, trust me. But for now, it's just very basic golf. However, it also happens to be very satisfying golf, because I'm actually doing quite well at the moment. The power meter, the handling, the wind, the slopes, it all reacts exactly the way you would expect it to if you've ever played a two-dimensional golf game before. And that's great, because the game is very well built. It is well detailed, and everything just works the way I would expect it to. It's not very hard either. I mean, it's definitely not easy. It's definitely not like fall asleep while you're playing it easy, but it's not hard either. So it's still a fair challenge, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that was a bit much. I should have accounted for the initial bounce. Bounce, if I can speak properly. Right. Yeah, 27 would probably do me better. You do get perfect quote-unquote shots if you get your aiming in the direct center along with your shot on the direct point, but obviously I didn't get it that time. Holes are very short for the most part, and you know the time between taking shots is also quite short, so holes and games are over very quickly. You don't actually... by this point in the story, you haven't actually seriously played a... Whoops. You haven't seriously played a game at this point yet, which is interesting. I'm talking like competition. The entire plot is very simple. You've basically given up everything you had previously in your life to move back and live, well, not so much live out your father's dream, but finish the business you started 20-something years ago. So it's a very basic plot, but it does get a little bit ridiculous after a while. Like, just as an example, one of the things you come across in this game, like the thing I literally just found before I started this video, was a zombie invasion that you have to fend off by hitting the zombies with golf balls. It's very focused on the actual sport, one might say. Right, I'm going to try and putt this in. Not a very good idea to do it off the green, but hey, it actually worked. That also counts as a chip in this game, which is a little odd, but hey, it works. Hello, Inge. So, the game does try and enhance the golf with a bunch of weird mechanics, like there's tar on the golf course here for some reason. I don't know if that's a thing on any actual golf course in the world, but it's a thing here. And the other gimmick in this particular hole is that you've got... The other gimmick in this particular hole is that you have turtles that will help you out. Allow me to demonstrate. Turtle. On the first set of holes that you get, the major gimmick is a bunch of mole rats, and the mole rats will take your ball, if you let them, by putting it in a specific area, and doing something like putting it in a bunker, right? The gimmicks are neat and add a little bit of extra variety to the actual golf. I'm gonna sneeze. There we go. Don't know what's up with me and sneezing today. I must have something up my nose. So... Oh, I wonder if I can do a double bounce. Let's see if I can hit a double bounce, shall we? Well, I hit the ball perfectly, so this will probably work out okay. Yep. Well, no double bounce, but I did get it over the majority of the water, which is good. But yeah, adding all these little extra mechanics in makes the game all that more interesting. And I will give the game a fair amount of credit for it, just because of how it just stays interesting. It's always got something new, whether it be a neat new side quest or a neat new mini game, like there is mini golf and disc golf, and a bunch of other tiny little things that they bring up from time to time. Birdie chance, huh? There we go. As you already saw with the disc golf, it brings up these little mini games from time to time to keep things varied, and the writing and the just overall quality of the presentation too. The game looks really nice. This is some really good two-dimensional art, and I give them a lot of credit for it. It looks really good. Has a lot of depth and character to it. And it sounds pretty good as well. Although I will admit that the soundtrack gets a little bit repetitive after a while, because they seem to use the same instruments and the same general themes and melodies throughout, even though the theme does change a little bit depending on the course that you're on. So I will admit to being a little bit bored by it, but it's nothing, it's not overly terrible, is what I'm trying to say. Oh well, I don't mind a par. Yeah, the presentation's really good too. All the credit to them for that one. Just makes for a nice game of golf. I mean, it's nothing particularly amazing, and it's nothing that isn't done in any other game, but it's still really well polished. It's got a lot of charm to it. It has the whole neat thing about wandering around the world and doing side quests and meeting neat new characters and stuff like that. It's got all of that there. You have a quote-unquote rival who follows you along. You have your coach who starts out being the distant coach who doesn't think you're very good, but does eventually start to help you out towards the not so much the conclusion, but the continuation of the story. You've got the greedy you've got the greedy golf course manager. You've got a bunch of just neat little characters that you just run into from time to time, and you just have these weird little encounters with them, and it's all pretty damn good. Oh, I'm in the tar. Thankfully, the tar isn't as much of a threat as you might think. You know, you still got to be able to play some golf on it. There we go. And that was the 9 holes. That was pretty quick. That was like 10 minutes, which is pretty good. So yeah, I get some money, I get some experience, and we get to go back, which is good. I'll head back out to Cheeky Beak Peak, which is a fantastic name, by the way. And we will see if there are any more neat side quests for us to do, because there's always some neat side quests. Hello, what have you got for me to do? How to shape our shots. You press X or something. Alright. Show me what to do. Right, so they want me to shape my shot. Oh, this is interesting. I haven't actually played around with this mode yet. Oh, right. So, okay. So if I have to hit around the tree, do I? Alright, interesting. Let's give this a hit and see what happens. Nope, ran to the tree. Oh, right, this will be slightly better. Okay, adjust for the wind, turn on precision mode so that I can get a better idea of where the ball's going to land. I probably want it to land about there, and I probably want to aim it up to adjust for the wind. Hey! Nice. Alright. Alright, let's do hit point mode. There we go. Aim it just up a little bit. Aim for about 90% of the power meter. Well, I landed on the green, that's a point. Oh, no, apparently that didn't count for some reason. Okay, that's a bit odd, but whatever. Not precision mode, hit point mode. Yeah, let's try that. Close to full strength as possible. Wind pulls it down. And I missed it again. That's me, alright. Wait, no, I'm gonna have to aim upwards a bit. 70, 80% power. Come on, drop. There we go. Alright, so I've completed the challenge, which is nice, but I can go for extra points. It would be neat to see leaderboards for this. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, shape my shot a bit. See what works. Almost had it. Oh no, I was still on the green. But yeah, final hit. Pretty much dead on. Probably gonna miss because of the wind. Nope, I just hit one of the characters in the head. Okay. It's alright though. Completed the challenge, got my experience, got some money. And I mean, that's basically it. I mean, it would be nice to... Well, I might as well go about the other couple of things as well. Like, as I said before, you can do things like throw golf balls around. Like, I wonder what happened if I hit one of these. He's not very angry about it. But you can also tee up anywhere, which is nice. So if I just press the Y button, I can tee up, and I can literally just practice if I want, or I can aim for stuff out on the field. Like, as I said before, the first hole's driving range has bloody washing machines you can hit for bonus experience. The cheeky beak has been annoyed by it, but it's taken my ball away. Alright, so they want me to do a good putt. So let's give that a shot, shall we? Nope, I completely missed that one. Gonna need to use the ZL and ZR buttons to make my shot more powerful. Right. And we've got a little bit of a slope there, but nope, that didn't work either because there was a bloody golf ball on the way. Alright, let's try it again. Oh, it's just a bit much. But I can try it again. And I'm going to. Try there. There we go. That was my last ball. Poor lady. Upgrade my power a bit, give me some more accuracy, some power draw, and some spin. So yeah, there we go. That was a quick look at Golf Story. It's really good. Like, the writing is great, the characters are fun to talk to. There's a bunch of stuff to do, whether it be playing on the main courses, doing the side quests, and going through the story mode. And the actual golfing is surprisingly fun. Hit a ball to each colored bird. Alright, let's give that a shot. So if I hit this dead on, it should land dead center. There. No, never mind. Got reflected right back. Holy shit. Alright. We'll try 80% power to adjust for the wind. 80 or 90, I guess. There we go. Eat up. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Pokemon a little. Just the general overworld design really reminds me of Pokemon for some reason. Go have a look at it. I don't know who came up with the name Cheeky Beaks, but seriously, as I said before, that's just a fantastic little name. Would have laughed if it landed right in the middle of the three of them, but didn't get detected by any of them. That would be great. And by great, I mean I would be throwing my controller across the room. Right, we'll try just about like 50% power there. Honestly, it's probably not even going to get close. Oh no, I got close. I just need to, maybe more like that. That'll do the trick. Yep, bounce. Straight into the red ones. Now we just have to worry about this one. 90% should do it. Nope, just a little bit too much. It's alright. I've got 2 shots left at it. Try there instead. Yep, straight in the bunker, and it's got it. It was interesting nonetheless. Okay, whatever. And how many people have I helped out now? That would be 3? 3 or 5, yep. So if I were to do 2 more, the story would advance. Yep, you get the general idea. It really is basically just an RPG with some golfing in it. And thankfully the golfing's pretty good as well, along with the RPG stuff being pretty neat and entertaining at the same time. So yeah, as I said before, I would fully recommend Golf Story. It's a fun time, and while I don't think it's as amazing as pretty much everything on the internet seems to have made it as like the next Stardew Valley, at the same time, still pretty damn enjoyable nonetheless. Nice. So yeah, this has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.